Hello guys, welcome back to another vlog. We are gonna have a productive week. Must 100% 10 out of 10 have a very productive week. We're back to waking up at 7 a.m. The boys' school, which honestly, once we start homeschooling, I see 7 a.m. mornings in my future. But since I have to, or really I should be, sometimes I won't lie, I wake up at like 7:30. And then we have to leave by like 7:50. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I need to really focus this week on getting back in the groove. Last week was spring break. And you guys know, when it's summer, when it's spring break, all scheduling flies out the window. Like, we're just vibes. We're just surviving off vibes, really. Which honestly is my way to live, but because we're still plugged into the matrix of schooling, we can't do that. We can't just live off vibes because everything will just go downhill. We have soccer tonight and I'm trying to figure out like what to do for the boys because I will fully make dinner at 5. We'll have to sit down, have dinner, go to soccer. I know soccer is at a diabolical time if you have young kids. Nighttime soccer practice is crazy, but it is what it is. Then as soon as we get in the car, they're crying because they're hungry and I'm like, I already made dinner, so am I supposed to make dinner number 2? I don't see how I'm gonna do that. I really don't see that in my future. I don't see making double dinner. So I'm trying something different tonight. Me and Kaylin already ate. On Mondays, normally we end up having like these day date things because I normally spend all morning and afternoon editing. And then he's always doing some kind of like tax work, computer work, paperwork stuff. And we both are like zombies after, so we normally just go on a day date, sit outside somewhere, and just sit there. We're like zombified. It's like that though. Me and Kaylin aren't super hungry for dinner, so the boys still need to eat. So I'm gonna try something different this week and try making them like something that they can eat before and then maybe take it with us and they can like eat dinner in the car. Because that's another thing, they're so tired by the time soccer's over because it's nighttime practice that maybe they just like have dinner in the car and then when we get home they can just shower and go straight to sleep instead of like, okay, now I'm home, let me like make plates and whatever, you know? So I don't know, we're gonna try it and see how it goes, but I need to get these sweet potatoes in the oven like 10 minutes ago. Back soccer mommy, soccer daddy. I brought my seeds. It's crazy. The last game we had literally got stormed out. Like it was windy, it was raining, it was lightning, thundering to like full spring, beautiful day. Anyway, brought my book with me and my tabs. I'm still annotating Beartown. It's getting really, really good. I mean, it's been good for a little bit, but I finally made it to like the 200-ish page mark and there's like 470 pages or something. And it's genuinely getting so good. It's getting to the point where like every time I'm not reading, I'm thinking about when I'm gonna be able to read next. 179, chapter 22. I have a good amount of tabs. It's actually the perfect tabbable book if you're doing a traveling annotation with anybody, or even if you're just like sharing a book with a friend and you guys are gonna exchange it. This is a good book. There are so many lines. One thing Frederick Backman knows how to do is gut you at the end of a sentence or like at the end of a paragraph, just casually. Like it's not even one of those mic drops at like the end of a chapter, but just like at the end of a little section, like the last sentence, you'll just like be like, okay, you'll be silenced. Hi, Kai.
Hey.
You have a question for me?
Mm-hmm.
You're just looking at me?
Mm-hmm. What if I set it on that ball?
It'll fall.
Yep.
Of course he did. He's good. Good morning. We are getting ready to go to the gym. Great, I need to clean up this desk. Anyway, last video, I did a little workout outside, but honestly, the little 5-pound weights, 8-pound weights, they're just not heavy enough. Obviously, I knew that. I was just trying to see what I could get away with. So we're gonna have to go to the real gym today, because if you wanna build muscle, and if you wanna be toned by summer, like I do, you're gonna have to lift some weights. Like, you just are, that's just how it works. Walking pad definitely helps with like fat loss and like de-bloating. I wanna be toned and have some muscle definition. Gonna have to lift some weights for that, and specifically gonna have to do some progressive overload, aka like struggle weightlifting. Like, you should be struggling. I'm gonna be struggling. And then I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I've been going to the grocery store on Sundays, but I'm really trying to stop doing that because I don't like going to the store on Sundays. And I feel like because I hate the grocery store, you guys know this, it makes me just kind of like dread Sundays. And I don't want to feel that way like going to church, because I don't feel that way about going to church. I feel that way about having to go to the grocery store after. I don't like it. Kaylin likes going to the grocery store on Sunday, but I can't do it. I cannot do it anymore. As I'm trying to climb out of this depressive hole I'm in, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to make it about me, and I just cannot do things that bring me down. And one of the things that bring me down is going to the grocery store on a Sunday. Like, I'm trying to keep the vibes high, the mood high. I just can't. I don't like going to the grocery store already, and so to do it on a day where I have to use the big cart with like the double seat so the boys can sit in it, and all 4 of us, no. I'm getting like, I don't know, I'm getting antsy just even thinking about it. I don't like it. So we're gonna take a break from the Sunday grocery store. I don't wanna be friends. All right, let's go.
Naked. Although the thing may be valid because accessibility is more prevalent today than ever before. You talk like this. And I'm talking to my guys.
We made it to the gym finally. It's like an hour later because I got caught in the living room talking to Kaylin. I'm going to pull up my workout now. I'm gonna try to get everything done earlier in the day. You know, we're trying to be productive this week because me and Kaylin have been watching Paradise. We're 3.5 episodes in. They're like hour-long episodes. They're so long. It's getting really good actually, and I'm really enjoying it. It was a book club recommendation. I'm like, that's gonna be my reward for being productive today. Also, my audiobook, I'm still listening to Beartown. You guys, every time I talk about Beartown, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna finish it today. I'm gonna finish it today. And I'm probably making it sound like it's not a good book, but I actually am so obsessed with it that I'm listening to it on 1.2 speed, which I never do. I always listen to audiobooks either on 2 times speed or 3 times speed. And I am like, okay, I need to get the rest of the books because oddly enough, I only own the first book. And I'm trying to also make sure I finish more series this year. And I'm also just like, I wish that I had a bookstore around me that wasn't Barnes. We have Half Price Books, which we just went to Half Price Books a couple weeks ago. Yeah, the closest bookstore to me is 15 minutes away. It maybe sounds close, but I have to fully get on the freeway and everything. And that's all. Like, that's literally all. That's why I just always go to Barnes. If I wanted to go to like other small bookstores, I'd have to fully drive like 30 to 45 minutes into the city, which is just crazy. Like, the feminine urge to open up a bookstore in my city, in my town. Doesn't sound too bad. Okay, we're gonna do a shoulder, chest, tries workout. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. We have to 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 do it. Actually, I forgot I was talking about Beartown. I'm actually super loving it. It's just I haven't been on top of, well, no, I've been reading every day. It's just that it's taking me longer because I'm annotating it for the traveling annotation that I probably talk about too much versus like just reading and not having to annotate, so it just takes a little bit longer, but it is so good. Frederick Backman knows how to just absolutely gut you casually, mid-page, mid-chapter, mid-paragraph. Like, I'll just be reading and then be like, whoa, that line hits. It's not about a hockey town at all. Like, it's really about humanity. It's really about life. It's pretty crazy. I cannot wait to read and listen to other people's breakdown of it because there's so many facets to it. I posted a what I'm currently reading on Instagram, just like talking about all the books I'm currently in the middle of. At that point, I think I was only to like page 78 when I recorded that, and wow, have things gotten even crazier just in another 100 pages, because I think I'm on like, no, maybe 150 pages, because I think I'm on like page 230. Wow. There's so much. You have marriage, you have friendship, you have siblings, you have work issues, you have, I'm surprised there's no like religious aspect to it, but it really, I feel like, hits on every facet of life in a way that just like absolutely gets you. And my favorite, it kind of reminds me of Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier in the way that the plot lines are not at all similar, but it's similar in the way that it brings to life, it brings explanation to feelings that you feel but didn't really know you were feeling or didn't know how to put words to. That's what it does. And it will like literally stop you in your tracks in the middle of reading. It's the most fun reading experience ever when a book can do that, because you just know like every other page, every few pages, it's gonna slap you. Like it's straight up gonna slap you. Anyway, I've gotta go inside because I'm talking way too much today already.
With dreams so wide, eyes full of wonder, heart open, untied. The world seems soft, a place to play. Ran through the days in the sun's warm sway. But somewhere along the road, I felt the shift. The days turned heavy like an unseen rift. The girl that I was began to fade, and in her place, a new self was made. I'm not a girl, a woman, both in my soul. Learning to balance, learning to be in the struggle. I find the real me. I feel the pull of who I should be. Caught between the past and what I can see. The weight of the change has too much questions that made.
Put these groceries away. I will say, I'm tired of being productive. I'm ready to be lazy again. Stop. This is now the second time that this book has like made me tear up. Not stop in my tracks, like stop in my tracks, but also tear up. Oh no. This is kind of like similar feeling to how I felt about The Women. It's weird because it's so sad, but it's not like I'm gonna like sob cry kind of sad. It's like guttural sadness, like deep in my soul. He's eating. This book is so good. Wow. I'm speechless.
I was a girl with dreams so wide, eyes full of wonder, heart open, untied. The world seems soft, a place to play. I ran through the days in the sun's warm somewhere along the road, I felt the shift. The days turn heavy like an unseen rift.
Just finished Beartown. I was gonna save my review till tomorrow when I'm like actually looking cute and not like I've been crying. And then I'm gonna add in my April TBR jar into this video, and also my March wrap up into my monthly resets like I used to do, but I have to have a moment for Beartown because the way this book, let me sit you down. I seriously, I'm one of those, like, I feel like with book talk, we see a lot of people be very like extra with their book reviews and like they're slamming stuff and they're throwing stuff, and no, I don't review books like that. Books don't really make me cry. I'm not a big like outward expression when I'm reading a book. Like, it's a book, it's good. There are very few books where I can't calm down. I actually, like, my heart is pounding. My heart is dropped. Like, my heart dropped, and it's been dropped this whole time ever since I finished. Oh, the whole time I was reading it, I was literally, not the whole time, but like at certain parts, I was like, this level of storytelling needs to be studied. It borderline should be illegal because words on a page should not be able to do this to you. I just can't even. I've literally been sitting here bouncing between reading people's negative reviews and just staring at the wall. It's to the point where I don't even want to watch the HBO show. I don't even want to watch the show because I feel like it's going to ruin my experience with the book. That's how good the book. Guys, oh my gosh. It's so good, but it's also so much because there are so many. I almost need to like write it down. Like, I literally can't even get my thoughts together because you're following so many different relationships. You're navigating so many different things. Mother-son relationships, mother-daughter relationships, father-daughter relationships. Okay, those of us with parent trauma, clock in. Yeah, this one's for us. If you have been through some crap in your life, I feel like you will probably love this book. I actually feel like this book, objectively, I know everyone's like, reading subjective. Listen. This book is objectively phenomenal. The plot, the storyline, the character development, the pacing, the grammar, 10 out of 10. Like, I wish I was a publishing house so I could publish this book. Better yet, I wish I wrote this book. This goes into my category of I wish I wrote this book. And if you didn't like this book, it's a you problem and not the book problem. Because this is objectively a good book. It just is. No. Like, I was reading somebody's negative review and they were like, the paragraph will end with something like, and that's what friendship is, or something like that. Like some stupid like aha moment where we're just kind of supposed to be so amazed by his wisdom. And I literally told Fedline in the book club, I was like, they don't get the concept. Like, this is the same feeling of like when you listen to Taylor Swift's music, and if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you don't, and that's fine. But also, it's like one of those things when the people who don't get it comment so loudly, and then the people who do get it are just like, you don't get the concept. Like, you don't get it. You don't get it. You're not like us. I feel like people who like Taylor Swift music are a certain group of people who understand certain things. And I feel like people who like this book and understand this book on a deep, philosophical, in your bones level are a certain group of people. And if you don't get it, you just don't get the concept. You don't, like, this is 6 stars. Like, this is 6 stars. I've never felt this way about a book. I honestly need to sit on it. And another one of my favorite things that authors can do, which I don't see it very often, I've never seen it done to this extent, is when there's something mentioned throughout the beginning of the book and you bring it together at the very end, not in the most obvious way, but in a way that is like so sneaky where if you're paying attention, you get it. And that just rips my heart out. Ooh, no. But it's also the same reason why I like Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart does the same thing in his shows. He'll always make a joke in the beginning and then bring it together in a very funny way at the end. But this is like in a gut-wrenching way. This is gonna be a little bit spoilery now, so I'm gonna give you some time to skip away. I'll put like the timestamps right here so you know when it ends. But literally, when I talk about like the circular coming back to it, in the beginning of the book, it's like We do what's best for the club. We love the club. It doesn't matter what we want as people. We're here for the club. And as a reader, you start to get behind that. You know, you're like, yeah, like Kevin, Benji, like, yeah, let's go, boys. Let's get this bread. Like, let's get this dub. Let's turn this town around. Like, you literally as a reader are rooting for this team. Okay. Then Kevin, I was rooting for you, Kevin. He goes and does what he does. Okay. And then everyone's still on the, we do what's best for the team, do what's best for the team. And then as a reader, you're like, wait, I got tricked. I got duped into thinking we need to do what's best for the team when, like, that's not what matters ultimately. Like, people matter. People matter more than this club, more than this town. Like, it's so interesting how, like, in the beginning we're convinced one thing, and then Frederick literally rips the rug out from underneath us and is like, yeah, you too. You one of them, actually. You one of them. What? Like, you get to the point after and you're like, yeah, screw Kevin for doing that. Yeah. But then everyone else is still like, but the club. And then you're just like, I can't believe I ever agreed with that sentiment in the first place. Oh, gagged me. Absolutely gagged. And then all just the so sweet when parents actually stick up for their kids. When parents actually, like, Frederick, why did you do that to me? Like, literally, why did you do that to me? And I feel like maybe this book is only hitting for me because of what I've been through, and I just relate. And not that even that I relate to it so much, well, not that I relate to the characters, but I relate to the sentiment that he's trying to portray. And I feel like when people are like, oh, he just has this aha moment. No. That moment, that line that he writes is supposed to make you go like this. And you take a moment and you think about it. And you think about how that relates to your life or situations you've been in or how you think about things. That's the concept. No, I'm not okay. I'm actually not okay. I'm not. Oh my gosh, I can't. Like, I actually can't. Am I okay? No. The answer is no. I'm literally ordering the next 2 books right now. I'm literally so scared to read the next 2 books because, oh, no. Wait, what? We have not been here in a while, but I got one comment on my last video asking for the TBR jar to make a comeback. So that's what we're gonna do for April. I already have 3 books on my TBR for April. Well, we're gonna see if I can finish this one in March. Today is March 26th. So I think I have enough time to finish Jane Eyre. We're doing a traveling annotation in the book club, and I signed up for 4 groups. I already did my first book, which was Beartown. This is my second book, my third book, and my 4th book. So I need to finish these March, April, so that I can get them sent out to the next person. So these are already automatically on my April TBR. And then for my other books, we'll be using our little jar. Actually made these prompts last year, and I literally have no recollection of what I put on here. So I'm a little bit nervous, but also excited. If you're new here, these are all unread. No judgment, thanks. Top 2 shelves are unread, and then these 2 shelves are all read books. Okay, I think we'll choose 6 books. First prompt. Oh, a library book. I'm gonna check what I have on my Libby app because I know I have Things We Leave Unfinished on hold right now, and then I have like 10 other books that are on hold. Or no, I'm borrowing Things We Leave Unfinished, and these are my holds. Here, One Moment, Be Ready When the Luck Happens, It Starts With Us, Beautiful Ugly, James, The Let Them Theory, Mistborn, The One. All of these are like pretty far out though. So wait, I actually heard of this book, I Who Have Never Known Men. People said that this book is like life-changing for them. Let's see what it's about. Deep underground, 39 women live imprisoned in a cage. Watched over by guards, the women have no memory of how they got there. No notion of time and only a vague recollection of their lives before. As the burn of electric light emerges day into night and numberless years pass, a young girl, the 40th prisoner, sits alone and outcast in the corner. Soon she will show herself to be the key to the others' escape and survival in the strange world that awaits them above ground. It's a haunting, heartbreaking, post-apocalyptic novel of female friendship and intimacy and the lengths people will go to maintain their humanity in the face of devastation. Back in print for the first time since 1997. It's a modern classic. My problem is most of these books I've never even heard of. I actually just bought this book, The Safe Keep, so we'll borrow that too. That'll actually be a good little tandem read situation. Okay, cool. We got our library book. Next prompt, Instagram poll picks. I'm actually gonna go through my shelves, pull 4 books, and then do a little poll. Let's do that. Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley. We're gonna go on a little field trip. I also have this shelf in my office that is from the 25 books that I want to read from my TBR this year. So I feel like it would probably be good to maybe pick one from there. I've heard all these books back here are the books. I kind of want to do People We Meet on Vacation, but it's literally at the very bottom. Maybe we'll do How to Walk Away by Catherine Center. I just literally will cry if all these books fall. People We Meet on Vacation, the movie show is coming out for this soon. I think this year, right? And then we have Catherine Center's How to Walk Away. I've been wanting to read something from Catherine Center for so long. That's why it's on my TBR. For 2025, I tried to add books to there that have been on my shelf for like 1 to 2 years. And Catherine Center is one of those authors. Okay, well, we need one more book to pick. You know, I haven't read an Ellen Hildebrand book in so long. Okay, one more. I actually forgot. I literally just bought this, First Time Color by B.K. Borison. I'm gonna take a little picture of them and then do a little poll on Instagram. Okay, we have it loaded up. I'm gonna post it. It's up. And then I'm just going to choose whatever one has the most votes by the time I finish this little segment of the video. Let's pick book 3. Grayson picks. I'm literally just gonna have him pop up on there, and then whatever one he puts his nose to, that's the one he's picking. Come up here. Come on. Come on, big boy. Will you jump up here? Maybe I'll have to pick you up.
His tail chooses one.
His tail chooses one? Let's see if he touches one. Maybe I should put some on the ground. We'll do An American Marriage, Everything I Know About Love, and we'll do Educated. Which one? He walked between those two, so I'm gonna take this one. Okay, we're gonna go Educated. Educated by Tara Westover. Thank you, kitty. Thank you, sweet kitty.
So cute when he chooses.
Isn't he so cute when he chooses books?
Yeah, and his face is cute.
He is so cute. Okay, last one. This is turning out to be the most interesting TBR jar picks because I don't think we've gotten 0 simple ones. Okay, last one. Okay, JK, this is actually book 4. What are all these picks? My kids blindly pick. Love that. Look at you, Kai Kai. Now you get to pick.
Me?
Yeah. You want to pick a book? Mm-hmm. Okay, you're going to close your eyes. Don't look, and you're going to just go like this and point or touch whatever one. Close your eyes. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, now pick.
Picking.
I feel like he's looking. That's your book? Okay. Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. Okay. Carter, your turn. That's the one. I'm a Fan by Sheena Patel. Now, I will not be adding both of these to my TBR because, listen, we can't be adding 2 for 1. You guys hold them. Come here. Hold the books. And then I'm going to close my eyes. You guys mix up, and then I'll point to it. Point to which one. Okay, mix up. Mix your guys' selves up, yeah, so I don't know. Okay, stop. Whoever's close to my finger. All right, this is what we're going with. Good job. Oh, I see. I forgot how to even do this video. Okay, for Educated by Tara Westover, this is a memoir. Tara Westover, who was kept out of school, then she ends up going on to the University of Cambridge and earning her PhD. And it's really just overall this universal coming of age story, and people are obsessed with it. It's actually was President Obama's favorite book of the year one year. I don't know which year, but it was. New York Times bestseller, Wall Street Journal, and Boston Globe. Like, people are obsessed with this book. And then I'm a Fan by Sheena Patel. This is her debut novel, and honestly, I'm gonna go into it blind. A lot of people were like, ooh, I'm shocked that you picked that up. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I'm excited still, and I think it could potentially be a book I really like, but of course, I will keep you guys updated through the vlogs. Book 5. This better be an easy one. I need one that's like red cover or something. Ooh, a book that everyone is talking about. I would say First Time Caller, but honestly, I think that that's what the Instagram poll is gonna win. Ooh, I do feel like everyone's talking about Hunger Games. Obviously, because there was just Sunrise on the Reaping just came out, but I haven't finished my reread of Hunger Games. So should I pick my next Hunger Games book? Maybe I will. Maybe she will get added. Okay, last book. I'll do this one. Please be good, please be good, please be good. Book number 200. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. I'm gonna count my books to number 200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 90, 200. My 200 book is Winter Storms by Ellen Hildebrand, which is actually the 3rd in a series. So we're actually just gonna pop and just do the first book of the series. Here we are. This is Winter Street. As Christmas approaches, Kelly is looking forward to spending some quality time with his family at the inn. But when he walks in on his wife, Mitzi, kissing Santa Claus, or the man who plays Santa at the annual Christmas party, utter chaos descends. Okay, that sounds so fun. And honestly, I feel like when I put pressure to read Christmas books around Christmas, I never want to read them. So I wonder if I'll enjoy reading a Christmas novel in the middle of April, and it will feel like less pressure to like finish it by the time Christmas comes, you know what I mean? Because honestly, why do you need to read a Christmas book in December? Like, that make sense. Okay. This has been the most chaotic TBR jar because all of those prompts were extra. Okay, let's check the poll and see what has won. Ooh, okay. People we meet on vacation actually won. Wow, I'm shocked. I thought for sure First Time Caller would be the winner. I'm actually really happy a book that my 25 of 2025 got picked because I need to start making my way through that list. I've already read 2, I think, from 2 or 3. So this will be my 4th, my 3rd or 4th, I can't remember, but I'm excited about this one. Poppy and Alex and Poppy, they have nothing in common. She's a wild child, he wears khakis, she has insatiable wanderlust, he prefers to stay home with a book, and somehow ever since a fateful car share home from college many years ago, they are the very best of friends. For most of the year, they live far apart. She's in New York City, he's in the small hometown, but every summer for a decade, they have taken one glorious week of vacation together. This is giving 28 summers. Until 2 years ago when they ruined everything, they haven't spoken since. Poppy has everything she should want, but she's stuck in a rut. When someone asks when she's last truly been happy, she knows without a doubt that it was on that ill-fated final trip with Alex. So she decides to convince her best friend to take one more vacation together, lay everything on the table, make it right. Miraculously, he agrees. Now she has a week to fix everything. If only she can get around one big truth that has always stood quietly in the middle of their seemingly perfect relationship. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, this sounds so good. Let's see when the movie is coming out. Oh, it just says 2025. I can't find an exact date.
It's done.
Wait, Tom Blythe is in this? Oh. Oh, you're lying. Oh, you're lying. Guys, I'm obsessed with Tom Blythe. So that's why I want to get to the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Honestly, I want to get to the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes more than I want to read Sunrise on the Reaping, just so that I could picture Tom Blythe. Stop. I love Tom Blythe. Okay. Yeah. Wait, that's gonna be so fun to read this so I can picture Tom Blythe. I'm obsessed with that. Perfect. Watch me like be like, this is my favorite Emily Henry novel just because of Tom Blythe. That's probably what's gonna happen. Okay, my April TBR is she's kind of wonky, but we love her. Also adding to this list is I Who Have Never Known Men. I'm adding 2 library books because I don't know which one I'm gonna want to realistically read, and The Safe Keep. I forgot to also show you guys what The Safe Keep's about. I'm terrible. I'm literally terrible about this. Exhilarating twisted tale of desire, suspicion, and obsession between 2 women staying in the same house in the Dutch countryside during the summer of 1961. A powerful exploration of the legacy of World War II and the darker parts of our collective past. So one woman is staying at this house, and then her brother comes and is like, hey, my girlfriend's gonna come live with you for a little bit. Is that okay? And she's like, yeah, that's okay. And then it ends up totally not being okay. And I guess that they're just like complete opposites. I don't know. I like to kind of go into it a little bit blind, but I know that's like a little bit of the premise, and it just sounds really interesting because I feel like it's gonna give maybe Sally Rooney vibes, where it's kind of just like this character study where maybe like not a ton is happening, but I do love to the background of World War II because we love a historical fiction, but then like just the characters are very odd or weird. Like I love that. So that, People We Meet on Vacation. We have Winter Street by Ellen Hildebrand, Catching Fire by Susanna Collins, I'm a Fan by Sheena Patel, Educated by Tara Westover, Alone with You in the Ether by Olive Blake, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte? I should know how to say that, and I don't. Okay, here's my April TBR. I'm about to wash my makeup brushes because I need to start adding my makeup brushes, washing them as a part of my monthly reset because they get so dirty and I'm like, wait, why am I starting to break out all of a sudden? Yeah, my brushes are dirty. I also started the favorites. This is our book club book of the month, and most of the girls in the book club are loving it, and I just started it on Spotify. I also started Jane Eyre today, and so far liking both of them. I'm only on chapter 3. I literally just started while I was in the shower, which is like page 20 or something. Yeah. The audio is really fun because it's like from her POV, but it's also kind of chronicling this documentary that's just come out about this figure skating duo. Figure skating, right? So like imagine you're watching like the documentary on Ruby Frank, and it's like slow fade, pictures from her childhood. Like that's kind of how it's said in the audio, which is really fun because it's almost like a podcast, but it's a book. It also kind of reminds me of Listen for the Lie, how it's half narration and then some of it, a lot of it actually is them on this podcast talking about this thing. So it's really fun to listen to. So I'm just gonna keep listening, and I'm gonna wash my makeup brushes in my kitchen sink. Is that weird if I wash my brushes in my kitchen sink? For some reason, me and Kaylin, I wanna do it in here, and also me and Kaylin are gonna watch a show in like 30 minutes. So I feel like I could be washing and watching. That could be a vibe, but also I'm like, is it weird to wash my brushes in my kitchen sink? Obviously I'm gonna clean the sink, but I don't know, I feel weird about it.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Animal high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and hummingbird wing. Golden, I follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, golden things, golden. silver moon. Golden, I follow the golden, golden, golden things. Gold birds, gold string, gold words, gold anything, golden. I follow only golden, golden, golden things.
So pretty. The room's driving me crazy. I need to clean it.
Vacuum
The walking path.
Hey, nah, one reason that should have scared you.
You scared me.
That
Why?
should have scared you.
Why? That's your point.
That
To
should not
scare
have
me.
scared you. Why that scared you? You hear me doing this. You walked past a man vacuum.
I didn't know what was touching me.
With the vacuum on.
Get out. Literally.
What could have been touching you? A spider?
You're gaslighting right now.
A
Right
spider.
now, twist this around. Get
A
out.
spider? A spider?
Get out.
What was gonna touch you? No.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I
Above
get it.
something.
I hear you. But in your head, what could have possibly
I
scared
wasn't
you?
thinking about what it was.
What could it have been though?
A bug or something.
A bug?
Yes.
What kind?
A bug I don't like. A big one.
You can walk past a man vacuum and you get touched by the vacuum. Now you freaking out.
You guys want to see my 2025 scrapbook? How stunning with the little ribbon on the inside. So pretty. I'm definitely gonna need more inserts, but she's gorgeous. I'm very excited to switch this picture out. Has like a lace little detailing. I will link it down below. Still the same day, but I had to take off those tight workout clothes. It's now like 6, what time is it? 5? 6? 5:45? And I'm making dinner, just to let you guys know. Had a very productive day today, which honestly was a little bit of a struggle. We normally don't go on a walk. Like, I have not been walking outside. I walk inside on my walking pad, but outside, no. But today was so fun because we did like a, I don't know, I feel like people do this in New York all the time, which obviously I don't live in New York, but it's kind of the same vibe, where you end up walking so far that you can kind of like stop at shops and stop at coffee shops and stuff like that. So it's kind of fun. About to make some pickled onions because we're having that honey chipotle roast I literally tell you guys about every week. I've not quite made it to waking up at 7 in the morning because me and Kaylin have been obsessed with Paradise. Not even that it's just like the best show ever, but the premise is pretty fun. It's actually a very similar premise to Silo, the Silo series. So if you liked Paradise and you haven't watched Silo, watch Silo. I actually think that Silo has a better, more convincing storyline plot. Now, I haven't finished Paradise, so I can't say for sure, but so far, I think we've watched 5 episodes and it's good, but it's not as, you know, it's not as believable as the Silo series to me. Premises are very similar. So anyway, yeah, it's been more like a 7:30 productive morning routine instead. And I've been taking a lot of naps, but I feel like I'm just not a morning person, and that's okay. Like, if I'm more productive from the hours of like 3 or like 2 to 5 or 2 to 6, whatever, who cares? Like, who says you have to like be so productive in the morning? And like, I'm just not one of those girls. I'm not one of those like 5 a.m. workout class, Pilates, running, going on a run after, weightlifting after, like, I'm not like that. So we're just living life. Anyway, the whole time on my walk, or our walk, I was listening to The Favorites by Lane Fargo, and everyone's saying like this book is like a cross between, which actually, no, I forgot about that. I was literally gonna say in the book club today that The Favorites is giving me the same vibe as Daisy Jones and the Six, and I literally said that when I hauled this book like a few videos back. I literally said people say that, and I actually forgot about that until just a second. And I can see why people say that, not because of what the content of the book, but because of how it's told. I think I told you guys that it's like interview style in the middle because it's like a docu-series type thing going on. So anyway, it's okay. It's not as addicting as I thought it was gonna be. I feel like I thought I was gonna be like obsessed with it. And like, it's just okay right now where I'm at. I feel like once I got to like the 40% mark, it got very boring. And like my eyes are burning. The 40% mark up until, no, the 58% mark. Oh, that's not good. It's just kind of, you know, leaving a lot to be desired for me. Just very repetitive, kind of boring, not as drama filled as everyone made it seem, I feel like. It's okay. I'm gonna finish it though, because it is our book club book of the month. But while I was on the walk, I was getting the urge to DNF it, even though I'm not going to because it's a book club book. Low key, if it wasn't a book club book, I probably would have DNF'd it already. Not that it's just like so awful, but there are so many other books that I want to read right now that I feel like I will just be like addicted to, that I don't really have the desire to fill up my 2025 reading list with 3-star books, you know what I mean? Like, I want to have a lot of 5- and 6-star reads this year. So anyway, that's where I'm kind of at. Don't get me wrong, it's entertaining, but on my walk I was getting a kind of bored. Like, I had to listen to it on 2.5 speed, otherwise I was getting too bored, which is crazy. I'm laughing because we're talking about celebrity crushes in the book club, and it's just so funny. I never really did celebrity crushes. I mean, like, obviously when I was younger, like, you would have your binder and you would put like pictures of celebrities or whatever, but in my adult life I don't really do celebrity crushes. Like, I don't know, now like when I was younger, okay, Diggy Simmons used to be one of my biggest celebrity crushes ever. Just thought he was like so cute, and it was all just like a physical thing of like how you look to my eyes. But I feel like now that I'm older, it's harder to get to the point of like having a celebrity crush, because people don't be who you think they are, and so my mind can't do that anymore. Like, I just can't like have a crush. But anyway, I'm just laughing at everybody's celebrity crushes. It's very funny. One of you guys asked me to do like a walkthrough of my reading journal. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm doing, exactly what pens I'm using, all the details. I read Beartown, so I can update it for Beartown. I don't have a ton to update because I did update in my last video, but I think this would be a good opportunity to do a little walkthrough voiceover, because I only have to update one book, and if I have to update multiple books, it can get a little bit long, so we're gonna do that. Okay, we have journal, Scribbles That Matter journal. Love it because the paper is thick and you're not gonna get bleed through. You can add stickers, all that, and see how the pages are still nice and structured. Yeah, we don't want like when you add glue for the paper to like shrivel up, you know, when you were younger and you would do crafts and it would like shrivel. We don't want that. This is my reading goal page. I think I'm gonna have this journal for 2025 and 2026, I think. So I think my goal is 100 books for the next 2 years. So 50 this year, 50 that next year, something like that. And I have a little key, and then I just fill it in. To fill it in, I use mild liners. They're my favorite. And I'll even show you there's no bleed through on the other page, which is crazy. Like, this is full on highlighter marker, like colored in, and it looks great. I like do this. I always also track my books on Goodreads, but even better than that, in my opinion, is Notion. because you can make categories. In this video, I also will update my Notion so you guys can see it. I built out my Notion by myself. I didn't use any templates or anything. If you want a Notion, I think you have to build the templates yourself. I don't really know that much about Notion. I just know this is how I use it, and that's pretty much as far as my knowledge goes. The only other book I need to update is Beartown, and if you go on Goodreads, specifically on desktop, it will tell you the genre. I can't find it on my phone when I do Goodreads on my phone, but I'm pretty sure this book is literary fiction. Yes, literary fiction. So for that, we did yellow. I think it's this yellow. So I'm just gonna literally color it in. Stunning. And then down here I just have my goals for 2025, which is to read 100 books, or 2025, 2026, I don't know, I'm undecided, okay? Read 100 books, read the entire Bible, read 70 books off of my physical TBR, read books that make me smarter, and finish series. This is just some washi tape that I added. And then this is my Bible reading tracker, which kind of opens up like this. I just choose a highlighter and I just kind of like fill it in. Like I fill it in Luke, Titus, and Hebrews. And I accidentally wrote read the entire Bible, but actually I mean study the entire Bible. So not just like checking off scripture or like reading through it, but like actually studying it. Then I have my author backlist. At the beginning of the year, I thought about what authors do I want to read more of, potentially, and wrote out their backlist. So I have Taylor Jenkins Reid, Daphne du Maurier, Ellen Hildebrand, Kristen Hanna, Ali Hazelwood, Annabelle Monaghan, Sally Rooney. Then I have my second page, which I just finally finished filling this out. My hand was hurting so bad. We have Emily Henry, Beth O'Leary, Claire Keegan, Frida McFadden, Lucinda Berry, and Rebecca Ross. And I have a little bit more space to add some other authors if I wanted to. Then we have my series tracker. I went through the beginning of 2025, all the series I was in the middle, and then narrowed it down to what series I actually want to complete. Because, you know, sometimes you start a series and you're like, I'm not going back to that. It's not worth it to me. Actually forgot to highlight Beartown, so I'm going to add a color. But I also have a pin test page in the back so that I can see what it looks like, because I don't want to get got. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to do blue for Beartown. And again, I'm using mild liners again for this, so we're just gonna highlight it. Oh, that's so pretty. And then I did read the first book, so we're gonna color that in. And I filmed a vlog, which is like just like this video, but specifically trying to finish series, and I finished a few series in that video. Just go on Goodreads again. It will have like the whole series you can check. You can tap on at the top the book and it will pop up the series in order, and so that's how you'll know what order to read them in. Then I have a 2025 new releases, and I'll show you guys how I print these out in a second, like step by step. But these are all the books that I'm kind of anticipating for 2025, and then I just was putting a star next to the ones that I've already read. I need to put one here. Let's do that. I got these little stars from Hobby Lobby. Oddly enough, they are the only stars I've been able to find that actually stick to my page long term, which is weird because you would think that a lot of teachers or something use stars. Like, I don't know why are stars not sticky anymore, but these ones actually stick and stay on my page, so that's a win for me. So hopefully by the end of 2020, whatever, when I'm done using this, it will be like all starred filled up, hopefully. And again, I use Goodreads for this. You can go on browse and then look at the new releases, and kind of like in the beginning of the year or at the end of a year, they only kind of start releasing to like until like the middle of the next year. So that's why it kind of ends at July, but I was thinking about adding another page that flaps out like this and adding more releases for the rest of the year. Or I could just go to the back of my journal and do another releases page. I don't know, I'm undecided. Then we'll keep going. Okay, this is my physical TBR. This is every physical book that I own written down. And every time I finish a book, I highlight it. This will help me to see how many books I've read off my physical TBR. I'm wanting to read 70. Only problem is I keep adding more books, but then I end up highlighting said book that I just bought. So we're growing our TBR, but also reading off of it. I don't know if that really makes sense. So yeah, I will keep you guys posted on that. But I actually restarted my last journal. I didn't include any of those books that I already read last year. So this is all fresh, beginning of January, what books I had on my TBR that were unread. And I currently have 375, which actually I have a pretty big Amazon haul. So I will add those into here. Then we have my 2025 reading log. This is one of my favorite pages because it just looks so crisp and clean. We can fill this in because I read The Crash, The Boyfriend. This is when I go to Notion and just double check. And yeah, number 18 is Beartown. This is my favorite pen to use for this. Really my favorite pens in general, like journaling pens, etc., etc. The Uniball Signo DX 0.38 specifically. That's how I get this very nice, crisp looking type. And I also find that if I do all caps, it looks even better as well. So I try to stick with that. So I'm gonna do Beartown, all caps. This is a literary fiction, so that's how I'm doing it. And I used to do stars, but I feel like it was just so messy. So now I just write the number. This was actually a 6-star read for me. So wait, was that my first 6-star of the year? That was. I don't even think I realized that. Okay, perfect. So that's my reading log, and I did one of those. If you want to see like the nitty gritty of it, watch this video where I set up my entire journal. But I also did this Dutch door kind of thing so that I could just keep on adding more books as I go. Then this is my reading tracker, which, oops, today's the 27th. So I actually need to update this. I'm just writing down when I'm reading certain books, and I'm even including some Bible reading. I do think I got a little bit, maybe I didn't get off track. I think I might've gotten a little off track, but I'm trying to really stay up to date with it. And you could just see like the exact dates that you're reading and like how long it took you to read things. And this even flips out too and opens, and I just think it's going to be really satisfying at the end of the year to see it be like that. So let's see, this is where Goodreads comes into use even more, because when you mark a book that you're reading on the day that you're reading it, it will track that. So let's see, the last book I have was The Crash. I read in one day. The Boyfriend I read from the 20th to the 23rd, and then I started Beartown March 25th, it says. Oh no, actually I started Beartown on the 13th and I finished it on the 25th. Okay, that's crazy. I think it's just because I was annotating it, which is wild. So we're just gonna mark, boom, keep going across, and then go to the 25th and stop there. I started reading The Favorites yesterday and Jane Eyre. I believe I started yesterday as well. So yesterday was the 26th, so we're gonna put Jane. I think writing in caps is better for me than, like, see how that does not look good to me? This looks better to me. So boom, and then whenever I finish it, I'll just write the arrow. It's getting darker. Okay, then this is my 25 books that I want to read from my TBR 2025. So that's why I'm really trying to like read specific books from here, which I just finished Beartown, so we can mark that. And I'm just kind of drawing an arrow and then writing my star rating. I wasn't really sure. I actually wish I would have done this page more like this. I like how this looks so much better, but we'll get to that page in a second. We'll do 6. Like it's not giving. It's really not giving, but it's fine. It's what we have. And I'm obviously reading Jane Eyre. And Alone with You in the Ether is part of my traveling annotation. And I read 6 of Crows. And so I feel like I'm doing a good job of like actually checking off books from here. Like I've already read 1, 2, 3. I started 4, so not bad, not bad. Then this is my January TBR. I do these little TBR spreads every month. So this was January. Cute. And this is my wrap up for January. I pretty much only read Fourth Wing or the Empyrean series. And then this is my February. Why did I say it like that? My February TBR. And again, I just did the stars, which something was just not giving. Like I love this, but something about like the trace around the stars, I just didn't really love that very much. And then this is my February wrap up. So I just did the stars and then a little review. And then I didn't have enough space, but I didn't want to add a whole other page. So I just added this little flap. Into my star ratings, a little something about it. Like for Binding 13, I wrote very realistic / relatable, growing up with abusive parents and having a mother that chooses male attention and chaos over protecting her children. Why did I decide to read this one? That's crazy. Miscommunication drove me a bit crazy. Felt I was reading the same scenes over and over again. And the ending dragged a bit. So just a little bit, like if somebody were to ask me, what do you think of Binding 13? Off the top of my head, girl, I don't know. I think I liked it. Or like I kind of remember my general feeling around a book, but this gives me a little bit more info on like what I did and didn't like about it. Then here we are, we're caught up. This is my March TBR, all the books that I want to read in March. I would say I'm doing a better job this month than I was last month. And I just like how I used a colorful background, first of all. I like how the books are all straight. And then I like the little pencil sketching in. Something about it is just absolutely giving. And for that, I feel like I specifically have to use this pencil or these pencils. Let me find it. I just got these from Target. The Papermate break resistant specifically, not the regular Papermate, the break resistant. I don't know why, but I really like how it writes. So I'm just gonna write, I don't know, I can't do it when I'm recording. I get too in my head about it, but I will write something right here. I just feel like everyone's watching me and I can't do it right now. I'll just like continue that out. So I'll probably finish the favorites. I'll for sure finish the favorites this month. And I will probably finish Jane Eyre as well. And honestly, even after March, when I read Two Twisted Crowns and all that, I'm still gonna fill it in because I just think this page is so satisfying. Okay. Then that's all. Then we're gonna do my March wrap up here, which I'm actually gonna record tomorrow because I don't feel like doing it right now, to be real. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to reading the favorites. Just finished The Favorites by Lane Fargo. I have the book right here. What she looks like. Bro. What the frick? My Goodreads review was literally an epic love story where what the frick was this? Because literally, that is the stupidest book I've ever read. And not that it's a bad book necessarily, but it's just like, so many times I'm reading it and I'm just like, why am I reading this? Like, I literally don't care about anything that they're saying, anything that's happening. Nothing, like there's no, in my opinion, this is of course in my opinion, if you read it and you loved it, trust, I love that for you. If you are like, this book was so deep to me, I love that for you. This is just my experience in my head with this book, okay? I'm reading it and I'm just like, why am I reading this? Like there's no point of it. Like, I kept waiting for there to kind of be this moment. It didn't come. I rated it 2 stars. I mean, it's crazy because everyone's rating it like 4 or 5 stars. I don't know. And then people are like, it's supposed to be this, okay, this is my thing. This is a book in the romance genre. When you go to Goodreads, the #1 genre that it says is romance, then fiction, then contemporary, then sports romance, contemporary romance. Okay, this is a romance book. One of the first things that they do to describe it, to the world, they were a scandal. To each other, an obsession. An epic love story. What? I don't think that these characters had one conversation of substance the entire book. I think it would be better if it was more so just like no plot, just drama vibes. If that's kind of we need to start adopting that vernacular when we're talking about the favorites. No plot, no substance, just drama, just vibes. Because I think that's actually what it is. I feel like the drama wasn't even that good. Like there was maybe one part I was like shook about, and then maybe 2 parts I was shook about. And only one part that kind of made me be like, other than that, to me the tea was not really giving. To me, it was just like really stupid people doing stupid things over and over again. In like this, and not in like a funny way and not in a entertaining way, but in a, I'm just kind of tired of reading the same thing over and over again. Yeah, so 2 stars. I honestly, I don't even, I mean, I guess I would recommend it if you just like any kind of drama and you just like drama. And it's interesting because I like drama in books too. Like, I liked Magnolia Parks for that reason. But to me, that has less drama than Magnolia Parks. And it also didn't make any sense. And the ending was really stupid. Okay, anyway. I 2 stars. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Another news. Now that I finished that, I can update my Notion. So I figured I would show you guys what my Notion looks like and how I do that. This is what my homepage looks like, and I have my little book counter, my book tracker, and here are all the books I've read in 2025 so far. I have the name of it, author, month, genre, rating, and then I have like a little note section here in case it's like a 0.5 rating or like a DNF or whatever. Okay, so I just finished the favorites. I already keep the books in here in case I want to add like a little bit of notes. So that's what this little icon means. If I open this, I have some notes from Beartown. So that, like I did for Deep End, Binding 13, it goes on and on. Okay, so the favorites was 2 stars, and it's just like a little drop down. I almost want to give it 1 star. I'm gonna sit on it. And then I have my 2024 books, 2023. These are all of my TBRs for 2025, so I kind of track them. Like for March, we had the book of the month, the favorites, and then I wanted to finish some series, so I have those in here. And then also we're doing our traveling annotation. And I normally put a book of Bible in here as well, which I need to put in. I think I read Titus and some of Luke, but I probably just won't even put it in here because I'm not seriously tracking it this way. But I did finish Beartown and I started Jane Eyre. So what I'm gonna do is start a new page and make this my April TBR, and then we're gonna do a little checklist. And then I normally just like copy and paste it so that I don't have to retype everything. And we need a cute emoji, which we do for April. I feel like we need a tulip. I feel like just tulips for April are the vibe. Okay, we're gonna paste that in there. The book of the month will be Magnolia Parks. We ended up voting and Magnolia Parks won. And then finishing series. So I'm gonna delete these because I already read all of these. And that one. And then buddy reads. So that is a whole other thing. Here we have our buddy reads. Oh my, okay. April. I don't know if we're gonna get to all of these, and I don't think, not everybody does everybody read, so it seems like there's a lot, but not everybody's actually gonna read all of this. Like I already read The Nightingale. I haven't read Mistborn. Traveling annotation. I read Beartown. Oh my goodness, it feels good to only have 3 more books. I need to finish Jane Eyre. Add in more of my TBR, so I need to add in the books that I chose with my TBR jar. So then what I'll end up doing is, so for sure we'll do the book of the month and TBR jar. I'm not sure if I'm going to focus on finishing series or not. I'll have to see. And then the buddy reads, I'll have to go through and see which buddy reads I'm going to do. Which Mistborn, Magnolia Parks is already a book of the month. I don't know if I'm going to read Daisy Hates as well. The Marriage Act and Crown of Midnight is Throne of Glass 3. I could do like another, this is crazy. I kind of want to add in like personal, like a personal kind of TBR vibes, like books that I want to read. Powerless is gonna get booped. And then, so Mistborn, Throne of Glass, Assassin's Blade, maybe that's what I'll do for buddy reads. Maybe I can catch up and do Crown of Midnight. We'll see. This is too many books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's too many books. There's no way. Prioritize is the book of the month, TBR, traveling annotation, realistically. I'm gonna go back through this and kind of clean it up. Okay, then we have a list of video ideas, a Patreon checklist for like when I like to post certain things, short form content, goals, book wish list. And here I have like every book I've ever wanted. I put it on this list so that when I go to Barnes or whatever, I can reference this. In calendar, the only other relevant thing that I really do is plan out my books and like what days I'm gonna read them. So I'll kind of like list them out, and then I'll have my video ideas in here, and then see this little icon right here. That means if I open it, I have everything listed that I want to include in actually the video you're watching right now. And so I'll just go through, and I post every Monday. So I'll have 4 videos right here and like what I want to do in them, what I want to read in them, etc., etc. And then that's how I kind of reverse engineer it. So if it looks like I'm only going to be able to read 10 books this month, then, you know, the TBR is going to have to shrink a little. So anyway, that's kind of my little Notion tour. And then I always track, I've read 19 books because I haven't finished Jane Eyre. I just have this in case I want to take notes. So I will update my little book counter to 19, and she looks perfect. So that's my Notion. And again, I don't have any like templates. I just literally made the page and started listing stuff out. And then this is like a little add-on thing that you can like just Google book counter for Notion, and you can find a bunch of cute ones. So there you go. I'm gonna finish updating my reading journal, so I need to print out some books that I finished. So let's do that. I'll continue showing you exactly how I do it. Here's the deal. You're gonna need Google Docs, at least that's what I use, and Goodreads, because that's how you're gonna get the pictures of the books. My memory's terrible, so I have to go back and see what I read. Oh my goodness, there's so many books. Okay, let me clock in. Let me really clock in. I already have the favorites printed out, and I already have Emily Wilde 2 and 3 printed out. Perfect. We have Ruthless Vows printed. I can't believe I read Ruthless Vows in March. It doesn't even feel right. So all of the books, I changed up my template a little bit this year. If it's a book that I read, I will print it out in this bigger size. And then if it's a book that's just going on my TBR, I'll print it out in a smaller size. So right now I'm just gonna focus on all the books that I need to print out in this bigger size. And I'm just gonna go through my list and make sure I have them. So Ruthless Vows, Blood March, Emily Wilde 2 and 3, check. We don't have The Crush or The Boyfriend or Beartown. I got my sticky paper from Staples, and it was really expensive, so just do Amazon, honestly, because it was actually a lot of money. Like, I want to say it was like $40 or something for sticky paper. Listen, I don't know what I was thinking. Couldn't have been that much, but for some reason in my brain, it's telling me it was that much. I just remember being like shocked that people use sticky paper and it costs that much money. I guess because people use it to like ship items. Okay, anyway, the printer I use is a Canon Pixma. Pixma. I can try to link it down below, but honestly, we got that printer in like 2018. It's so old. Works okay. It does kind of give us some trouble sometimes, but I love Canon ink. It works so well. I've tried to use like Amazon ink because it's cheaper, but it does not look as good whatsoever. The Crash, The Boyfriend, Beartown. I'm just taking the book, and I try to make sure it's the edition I actually read so that it looks how I read it. And then I'm just going to drag it over and then do 2. So that it will be this size, like compared to my hand. And then what I'll add to the rest are books that are gonna be on my TBR. So to my TBR, this is very complicated. And like, okay, I know for sure I'm gonna read Magnolia Parks, and this is the edition I have, so I'll just like swipe it over. But actually, because I know for sure I'm gonna read Magnolia Parks, because it's our book club book of the month, I will actually do 2 of them. So I'll copy and paste it and then do this one a size 1. So that's kind of the size comparison. So this one will be for my TBR, and then this one will be for my wrap up. I like them to be bigger for my wrap up. And then I'll just keep doing that and going back and forth depending on what book I'm actually gonna read and what I'm not. Hope that helps.
shouted her name until she went in. Sheila was...
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on a Saturday. I can't believe I'm awake. Clarence sent me these water lip stains. Sounded interesting. It kind of is reminding me of the Benetint. It's very interesting on the inside. It's like a brush tip. Gotten in the habit of putting my lip stains, like you guys know how I always use this. I got in the habit of always putting it on top of chapstick or like on top of some kind of lip product. I always use this one from Babe Original. This is so good. Like this is one of my, I think probably my favorite lip balm ever. Hey, what is this? Because it will like, you know, it gets dry as your lip gets drier as you talk. And I just, ooh, this color is pretty. Maybe I'll use this one later. It'll like get all, you know, it doesn't sit right. So I should have put it on top of this like I normally do. I just need something like on my face. Like I feel like I look like I just woke up and I hate looking like that. And it's soccer Saturday again. We had the past 2 weeks off. I don't know if it's because like weather and they didn't want to have to like cancel the games, or if it was because spring break. Honestly unsure, because why did we need 2 weeks off for spring break? I don't know, but it was so nice not having anything the past 2 weeks and having a little bit of a break. I mean, it was nice, but now that we have to like get back into the soccer groove, it's a little jarring. It's a little shocking. For Saturday, and we're gonna be out there until like 4:30, 5 probably even, which is just crazy. Maybe it'll go faster. I don't know how though, but I'm kind of just hoping it'll go faster. You guys don't have any paint in there? In here, but look in between the papers. I think I saw some in there.
Got a steps one, it's not working.
Okay, Carter probably needs to get it. I am so glad I washed my brushes. Like, I don't think there's any better feeling right now. Also, my spironolactone is spironolactoning. Like, look at my, that's perfect. That is perfection. Actually, I have a dermatologist appointment next month. And I'm very interested to see what he says. Last time we just did this topical, which I don't know. I looked it up. And you're not supposed to use it for longer than 4 months or something is what it said. And honestly, my dermatologist, he's kind of funny because instructions very unclear. Like, I literally see him for 2 minutes and then he's gone. And I mean, I love it because like I already first of all don't want to go to the doctor anyway. I only want to go if it's super comfortable and super easy for me to go. And you listen to what I want to do because I've already researched this, and then also give me your professional advice. You know what I mean? Like if there's a very specific doctor like that, he literally will, this kind of sounds like I'm crapping on him, but I feel like he literally will do whatever I ask of him or whatever I tell him. Like if I say I don't want to be on this anymore, like he'll just be, okay, let's do this. Or you want to do this. I love that. Like I'm basically the doctor. When he prescribed me the topical though, it all happened so fast that when I like went home to research it, it said like don't use it for too long. And I'm getting an email from CVS to renew my prescription, and I'm not gonna renew it because obviously Google. But like he never told me if I should continue using it or like how long to use it for. So anyway, it's just kind of funny. He's funny. And then only other thing that we did last time was the week before my period, take one more spironolactone tablet, and then once my period starts to stop, so that it will like hold at bay the hormonal acne surge. And it actually, that works so well. And I love spironolactone because I don't feel any symptoms, like no mood shift changes, no more bleeding out of the ordinary, no, what was the other one? Oh, like peeing, like people pee a lot when they're on it because it's a diuretic, but my dosage is so low that I'm fine. So anyway, I love it because I literally forget that I'm even taking it. And some days I've even forgotten to take it because I literally have no side effects. Like I forget that I'm on it. Only side effect is having clear skin, which like, duh, sign me up for that. So anyway, I'm really happy that I don't have to do Accutane, because let me tell you guys, I would have done Accutane for clear skin. I don't care. I would have done it. I would have done it. I feel like me going on Accutane is the closest I can get to understanding people that get breast augmentations. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna do what needs to be done to have this look the way that I want it to look. So, you know, I know it's very different because that's like full surgery, but I think I understand at least a little bit more. Anyway, getting ready, and I don't know, I need to do something. I have quite the Amazon book haul and also a little bit of an Amazon return because my books got delivered, some of them very messed up, and it's kind of annoying, and I'm for sure returning them. Actually, I should return them today. I also, yesterday in the book club, we are always talking about library cards. I feel like it comes up every so often. And so I finally just sat down and took some time to find all the library cards I could possibly get my hands on. So now I have like 12 library cards. And like, I didn't know that in the city I live in, I can get, obviously I already have a library card from my city, but I didn't know that all the surrounding cities, I could also get a library card because it's really not by city, it's more so by county. And there are lots of little, like how Texas is, there's tons of little cities all like crammed close together. So I got all the library cards for like everywhere in Texas that I could basically get a library card. Like also if you live in Texas, you can get a Houston library card, and you don't have to go in person. It's just like online. Now for some of like the surrounding ones, I think all of them actually I will have to go in and get a physical card so that I can get access on Libby, because I don't actually want a physical card. Like if I'm gonna go or take my kids, I'm gonna go to ours. But for Libby, I would really love to have like 10 different libraries on there so that I have more access, because it's like it's free books, like, and plus you're already it's not free because you're paying for it with your tax dollars, which, you know, I do. So it's basically free, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm glad I finally bit the bullet and just did it. That's how, because my library didn't have things we leave unfinished, or like there's a wait. It's like a 13-week wait. And then another library had it, so boom, right there, already had it. So I'm like, it's working, and it was worth the time investment, although it did take quite a bit of entering information. The websites are kind of clunky, not even kind of, they are. It's not like an enjoyable thing to do. And then instructions, again, just unclear, like, do I need to come in? They'll send you like a temporary one that will work for 30 days, and then you have to go like pick up a physical card, and then you only have access for a year. So that is gonna suck when all of my cards expire in a year. But what's interesting is my current library one, I've had that one for 3 years, and I've not had to update it. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling, I need to be quiet. I think I'm ready. I don't want to put like too much makeup on my face. Just needed a little powder. When I get to this point, I feel like, should I just put on a little blush? Like, what could a little blush hurt in this moment? Probably nothing. So I might put on a little blush. Have I used these Say blushes in this video? I love this compact. Like, this is so fun to me. I want to bite it. I want to live in here, is how I feel. Very pretty. How is it gonna look with no other makeup on? Let's see. I'm so excited for tomorrow because it's our book club call, and we read the favorites for the book club, and you guys already know how I feel about it. But I cannot wait to go off on the call. I can't wait. I literally can't wait. I'm so excited. I have so much to say. We already have been talking about it in the group chat, but I'm like, still, as I sit here, I have even more to say. Like, I need to convince everybody basically to lower their rating, even if they don't rate it at 2 stars. Like, I need everybody by the end of the call to be like, you know what, Kyra, you're right, it's 3 stars. 2 stars, even better. That's what I'm on. I'm gonna crash out, and I need everybody to lower their rating. Some of them already have been like, no more we're talking about this. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Okay, let me show you guys the books I got from Amazon. Okay, we'll talk about the books that are messed up first. Well, this one's not messed up. This is the Thursday Murder Club. It's a bunch of like old retirement people in a retirement village who get together and try to solve murder mysteries. Sounds very fun and cozy. I feel like I'm just gonna love it. Kind of reminds me of The Naturals, but like on the opposite end, because they're not young, they're actually really old. Only my problem is I actually bought this in the large print, and that ain't gonna work for me. It's also, I do love how floppy it is, but I can't get behind the large print. That was my bad. And then Careless People. It's just like so dirty up there, and it just doesn't look good. Like, it's all crumpled down here. I feel like they could do better. This is a memoir of a woman who worked for Meta. It's the captivating story of one woman's life and career at the heart of one of the most influential companies on the planet. Careless People gives you a front row seat to Facebook, the decisions that have shaped world events in recent decades, and the people who made them. So we'll get a little bit of a background on like Mark Zuckerberg and the Trump administration and meetings she had with them. So it's very interesting. And then lastly, we have Wild Dark Shore. This is gonna be an absolute no for me personally. Like, it's not that the cover is just ripped, but like the actual book is ripped, which is crazy. I saw this on Goodreads as one of the more recent releases, and it sounded so good. There's basically this storm coming. A mysterious woman suddenly washes ashore. There's isolation, there's revenge. Honestly, I'm still kind of confused, but to me, it's giving a little bit of a mix between Silo and Paradise. Maybe not like a mix, but just kind of the vibe is giving something similar to that, but the storyline is not at all similar. But I hope that makes sense. Okay, anyway, moving on. I obviously had to get the next 2 books in the Beartown series. The next book is Us Against You, and the last book is The Winners. Look how chunky she is, like, in comparison. This is a chunkster. I did not know that. It's like 700 pages. Love that. I cannot wait. I heard that the last book is the most crazy and like the most sad. I'm so excited, but I'm scared, but I'm so excited. I think we know at this point what Beartown is about. I think everybody thinks it's like heavy on sports. I would say it's not super heavy on sports. It's super heavy on the mindset around sports and who people have to become in order to be professionals at a specific sport, in order to have the fame that they want. Hold please. Then we have Last Summer in the City. This is, I'm not even really sure what this is about, but I know that there's something about an older man who's in his, not older, a man who's in his 30s, and everyone around him is kind of ready to like settle down, get married, have kids, and he just feels very much like he's not gonna go down that path. There's also some stuff that has to do with Rome. I don't know. It says that it's can be compared to The Great Gatsby and The Catcher in the Rye, and The Great Gatsby was a 5-star read for me, so that's why I think I might like it. I think that the lines are really gonna hit deep in my soul. So yeah, I'll have to read it. I'm still kind of confused on what this is about, but I'm excited. Then we have Kairos. I feel like every woman went through a stage where this specific color was her favorite color ever, and it was her color specifically. You cannot tell her otherwise. She was the only one in the world, the only girl in the world to like this color, I feel like. The story of a romance begun in East Berlin at the end of the 1980s when 19-year-old Katharina meets by chance a married writer in his 50s named Hans. Their long-running, passionate yet difficult affair takes place against the background of the declining GDR through the upheavals wrought by its dissolution in 1989 and what comes after. I did not know this was like a book where she's with somebody who's married. I feel like that's a huge turnoff for a lot of readers. Like, if it has cheating trope, any kind of infidelity, people don't like to read. But it reminds me of when there's an Ella Hildebrand book that includes infidelity, and I just thought the way that it was written was so perfect, because sure, you know, like, people are going to make the decisions that they make, but I love when an author accurately depicts the turmoil that that inevitably brings, whether inward, whether you never get caught ever and you get away with it, the turmoil that it causes inward, and just how you eventually feel about yourself and the kind of person that you know you are. I love when that feeling is written on a page for a character. It makes the story so compelling, and honestly reminds the reader why, if you're not a cheater, why you don't cheat. Because you may think, oh, grass is greener, oh, da 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 da. Then you read about the turmoil it actually brings. And you're like, yeah, that's why I don't do that. That's why I don't be outside, because it's not going to be as fun as you think it will be. It's actually not going to be fun at all. I bought a lot of books from authors I've never read before, and these are books that I've not ever heard anybody talk about. Not because nobody's talking about them, but because I don't consume that much book content since I deleted TikTok. So my book recommendations honestly just come from the book club pretty much exclusively at this point. I watched a Jack Edwards video and I compiled my Amazon cart based off what he was saying, because I know that he follows and watches a lot of diverse content on TikTok. So here, that's how I ended up here, where I'm just like, I don't know what this is about. I don't even know who this author is. Never heard of them before, but people are out here really writing phenomenal stories, and I need to tap into that. Like, I need to know what's going on. That's why I'm like, what's this book called? What is this about? Yeah. Here are some books that I already know about. This is While We're Young by K.L. Walther. She wrote The Summer Will Be Different. It's that story, if you read it, where they're at a destination wedding and they play this huge family game. And there's romance. It's closed door. It's not even closed door. It's like straight up no spice at all, I don't think. Anyway, super cute, super sweet. I really loved it. And this is her, I think, third book that she's written. I don't know, I might be wrong. But kind of like third in that same, it's not a series, but there's 3 books that kind of all look like this. And this one specifically takes place on a senior ditch day. And I thought that sounded so good. This is a book club book recommendation, The One by John Mars. Just listen to this. A simple DNA test is all it takes. Just a quick mouth swab and soon you'll be matched with your perfect partner, the one you're genetically made for. I don't need to read anything else. That sounds so good. And I feel like when I was looking at everybody's reviews in the book club, everyone loved it. So I'm very excited. It's also like nice and thick. I feel like I need this to be like a good story I can be in for a while. It's 433 pages. Jack Edwards said that when he went to writing school in New York City, Miranda July is like top tier, and they all say that her writing is just incredible, and it's like basically required reading to read Miranda July. So I had to like pick up her most recent work. This is all fours. The semi-famous artist announces her plan to drive cross country from Los Angeles to New York. 30 minutes after leaving her husband and child at home, she spontaneously exits the freeway, checks into a nondescript motel, and immerses herself in an entirely different journey. I feel like what's interesting about this book and like a couple other books I mentioned is that it gets not as immediately captivating as like the little one-liner from The One by John Mars. I think what's fun about these books is it's actually the prose and the characters that make the story so compelling and make you rate it so high. It's the writing. It's not like a plot heavy driven book. And I feel like in our like TikTok discourse and like even Reels discourse, it's either like plot or no plot, or like vibes or no vibes, where a book not having a strong plot necessarily does not make it a bad book. I think no plot plus no character development plus it's not captivating plus it's not believable, like all of those things go into a book receiving a lower rating. The book doesn't necessarily need to have like the most captivating one-liner you've ever heard in order to be good. Like we could just be reading about, it could just be slice of life, and because the prose is so excellent, it could be a 5-6 star book, and I feel like that's what this is going to be. And we have the Safe Keep. I love the pears on this book. I love this cover. It's so stunning. This takes place in 1961 in the rural Dutch province of Overijssel. There's a war happening, and basically a woman is living alone. Her brother stops by and is like, hey, my girlfriend's gonna move in with you, is that okay? And she's like, yeah. And then it ends up just not being okay whatsoever. They're like complete opposites, and I think that could be really funny and interesting to read about during war times. And then also these two women who are like forced together now and kind of just like hate living together. This one is Scaffolding. Again, love the cover of these books. Like there's something about literary fiction where the covers are so stunning and just so different from like contemporary romance covers that we are seeing today. This one's interesting because it takes place 2 separate people 50 years apart in the same building, and it really is just magnifying the stories the emotions, the thoughts that buildings, apartments hold. And the only thing that is the same is the scaffolding. I feel like this book probably will make me cry because I'm very nostalgic, and it just makes me think about like the house I'm living in right now. A whole family lived here before, and just like think of all the news that was shared. I mean, we've only lived here for like 3 years in this house, and I just think about all the news that's been shared in this house, all of the highs, all of the lows, all the emotions, all of the battles overcome. And there's something about that makes me so like feel so emotional. So I cannot wait to read it, especially because one of the women in here had just like experienced a miscarriage and is kind of having this breakdown. So I'm very excited. Then we only have 2 more. This is Constant Reader by Dorothy Parker. She was a New York Times book critic in 1927. So these are all of her columns compiled into one. And I think it's going to be so fun to read this because 1, I think it might help me be a better book reviewer. And 2, I think like the columns are also super short, and it just goes to show that book reviews don't have to be super long in order to compel somebody to read a book or like a book or understand a book better. And she was like super famous in her time. She was the it girl to listen to for books. So I'm so excited for that. The last books I got is the Silo series, which I actually kind of want to open this. It's called the Silo series, but the books have different names. We have Wool, Shift, and Dust, and then there's some kind of short story in here, which I've actually never seen before. And I just bought the box set because I know I'm gonna love them. Kaylin read all the books and watched the show and is like absolutely obsessed with it. He was just talking about rereading it the other day, actually yesterday. And basically, if you don't know, the Silo series is basically about the Earth gets like bombed or like something happens to where it's not safe for humanity to live up here. So they go into this silo, try to create like this underground world. But you know, powers that be are just dishonest, and it's just not what you think. There's so much. You have relationship dynamics. So pretty. Okay, she's also chunky. And it's just really good. I watched a little bit of the show, and then I was like, wait, I need to actually stop because I want to read the books first. The books across the whole like Silo saga lovers, they say that the books are better, and the show was already so great. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop watching the show and read the books because I feel like I'm gonna like them way more. And I did already start the first one on audiobook, and then I stopped because I actually want to read it physically. I'm being really specific, but the Silo stories, Tales from Before. It's kind of how we got to where we are now. Okay, that's my book haul. That was a lot. Wait, sorry to be back so soon, but I forgot I have this set that I ordered on Amazon. There's literally only one Amazon influencer that I follow, and I can't imagine if I followed any more than just this one girl, because somehow everything she posts I am convinced to purchase for myself to just see. You know, it just looks so cute on her. So it's like this little green shorts set. I feel like this will be comfy actually. We'll have to see. I find that Amazon's proportions are typically off for my body proportions. Like everything is just kind of like 1 inch off, or like just slightly like a little bit off. And it's like this tank, and it's long and covers your butt. So it's kind of like tank dress vibes. There's the zipper on the back, which I think is pretty cool. This is probably a Free People dupe. I've not been on Free People in a long time, so I'm not sure 100%, but could be cute. I will have to try it on and see. Could be fun to wear to soccer, but it's way too gloomy and cold. I'm mostly worried about the bottoms, how this band sits, because I feel like it might go up too high. I don't know. Anyway. I'm struggling a little bit because I don't know where to put my Throne of Glass books. Like, they're huge and I don't really have a place to put them. So they've just been sitting here, but I don't want them to be right here, but I also don't know where to put them. I also think I'm going to swap out my ACOTAR books and start putting my monthly TBR right here because I didn't love ACOTAR, so I don't know, like, it doesn't need to be on display other than the colors are pretty. So I think I'm going to move my ACOTAR books to my red section, which, guys, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's actually getting a little out of hand. There's just so many books and really not enough space. I think I'm going to do a whole shelf refresh when I get home because I was actually thinking I should put all the books I've read so far this year on one shelf and like have a 2025 dedicated shelf. I think that could be fun. I also think what I need to do eventually, or I need to like figure out, is I need to, because I have enough space to do 2 rows on each shelf, I need to figure out a way to like get a riser or something that can like bump these books up so I could see them. So it'll be like 2 levels, you know what I mean? I need to do that because I literally can't see behind here. That's not really gonna work for me. But I need to get ready because I'm on snack duty for Kaiser's team. So I need to run to the store because we have no snacks. Okay, since I was gonna change anyway, here's the green Amazon set. It's very cute actually. I could see myself like over summer, outside watering plants, cleaning, etc., running a quick errand. And the band is actually very comfortable. I think because it's thicker, it works better. Whereas like if it was tiny, it would just like sit in this crease that I have. So I like that the band is wider, and I also like that the top covers. So that's very cute. And then you could even tuck it if you want. There are functional pockets. And I would say it is very Free People-esque. I wish it was warm today because I would for sure wear it. No.
Look at the baby.
It's literally 5 p.m. We just got home. Putting in a 9 to 5 on the soccer field is actually diabolical work. Like, I actually can't even believe that. It wasn't actually 9 to 5. I did wake up at 9 and I feel like I blinked and it's literally 5 p.m. We just got home and I just put on a tank top because it's so freaking hot. And I'm pretty sure I'm dehydrated. So I'm gonna make a little drinky. I love the True Labs. The blue one is my favorite, but I have not seen it on their website. So I got watermelon and lemon lime. I don't know which one I want. The watermelon definitely gives Jolly Rancher vibes. And the lemon lime is also so good. I think I'm gonna go watermelon though. And I'm gonna use my new Target cups. I'm so glad I got these. I will say though, I was being lazy one time and put the lids in the dishwasher. Definitely don't do that because it actually does mess them up. You can only hand wash the lids. I'll show you. This is the lid, but see how it has like that white stuff on it now? That was not on there originally, so hand wash only. Excited because these actually taste good. I feel like a lot of hydration packets are not very good. Like, it's good for you, but it doesn't taste very good. These actually taste so good. Taste test it. All right, we're continuing to update the reading journal because I didn't do it the other day when I said I was going to, but I'm just doing everything I already showed you guys, and now I'm going back through my Amazon purchases to fill in the books that I have purchased recently. The hardest part about this is remembering what color pen I used, and those are ballpoint pens. I will have everything linked in my Amazon too if that's helpful. All of this you guys already saw me update. I'm using that pencil to fill in Beartown. Now I'm going to do my April TBR, so I'm kind of just laying out the paper that I think I might want to use and figuring out what I want to do. So I went with the pink gingham, and I'm just going to put it on the page instead of cutting out each singular page. Sometimes I like just doing one full sheet across the whole thing. It's very continuous and looks really satisfying to me, and the ruler helps to get those really sharp folds or precise folds so that it's not bulky. Then I'm just using this mono glue glue it in. You really don't need any special glue. I feel like you can use whatever. Like I have a friend that used glue sticks, Elmer's glue, like the white glue. I like this clear glue. And I'm just cutting off the edges so that it's nice and sharp. And this is a corner rounder, which sounds exactly like what you'd think it is. It just rounds off the corner so precisely and so nicely though that, precisely and nicely, that it just makes the page look so sharp and it looks finished. You know, it's like a good little ending thing to do. Just putting on some stickers. I get all of my supplies either from Joann's, Hobby Lobby, or Michael's. Now that Joann's is going out of business though, it's just going to be Hobby Lobby and Michael's. Mostly Hobby Lobby though. I feel like Hobby Lobby has so many cute things. I'm just peeling off the back of the stickers and then putting my stars on. And then I'm just going to write a little bit about how I felt about the book. And that's all for that. Now I'm doing my April TBR. Wait, did I say that already? So the last page was my March wrap up. This will be my April TBR. And I'm pulling out the die cut machine for this because I just think it looks so good. I can't get over it. These letters, I believe I got on Amazon. And my die cut machine is the Sizzix brand. Honestly, I just copied Faith. And you just send it right on through and it cuts out whatever die cuts you put in there and onto whatever paper. So I like the pink and the blue. I thought it looked so cute. And it's super easy. I just glue it all down and then I just peel off the back and put them on there. I do highly recommend one of these little cutouts because it makes it look so sharp. And that's the finished result. Okay, my queens, let's talk about the, hold please, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish books that I have read in March so far. Tomorrow's the last day of March, so will I finish Jane Eyre? We'll see. If I do, it will be included in my April wrap-up. Also, watching this, you probably know that I literally include every book I read in the vlog that goes up every Monday. So if you kind of want like my reactions as I'm reading books, check out the vlogs. But this is just going to be like overall thoughts of the 9-ish, 8 books I read. Here they are. I'll actually start in order that I read them. And I'll try to put on screen the vlog that I read it in. So first up we have Ruthless Vows. This was a 5-star read for me. Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. This made me want to go back and really read her backlog because her writing, her romance is so good. If you want yearning, longing, enemies to lovers, but not in like that cliche cringe way, but like in a way that is actually believable. That's one of my favorite things about her writing is that not that it's believable because it's something that would actually happen. Like there's a lot of magical realism in here, magic in general, of things that like will just never happen. But the stakes are perfectly high so that as you're reading it, the risk versus reward feels very real. And that makes it just such a fun reading experience because you really are rooting for them. Like something about it feels real. And that's the best thing. If an author can make characters genuinely feel real to you and feel like there is seriously something at stake here, I don't think anything can beat it. One of the best parts about this story is that it takes place where they start off as like these academic enemies or like workplace enemies, and I don't want to spoil anything. This is not a spoiler because it actually says in the description of Divine Rivals, but you guys can see all the letters around. That's one of the best parts, is that it's not face-to-face communication a lot of times. It's these letters that she's writing to her brother initially, but then end up in her rival's hands. I mean, literally, what's better than that? But then you also have these gods. There's multiple gods, but the main ones that we're really focusing on are Inva and Dakre. So that's also adds a whole other aspect to it. Either way, it's so good. 5 stars. I mean, it's a 5-star series for sure. And I love that it's only duology, so it's not like really getting into a full series. More, you know, duology vibes. It's a series, but not really. You know what I mean? Anyway, I highly recommend. It's very sweet. It's also closed door romance. Like, it's like, it's happening, but it's very fade to black and there's no like explicit scenes, which is just even more chef's kiss. They also, I can't say this actually because it's a spoiler, but Just trust. It's really sweet. And I didn't know this, but Rebecca Ross actually used to write Christian books. Did not know that she was Christian until I was reading Divine Rivals, and I was like, this is giving Christian values. This is very much giving Christian values, and I looked her up, and sure enough. So, 5 stars. Okay, then I read Bloodmarked. I actually DNF'd it 50% through. I just could not care enough. Also, 50% through, mind you, is like nearly 300 pages. Actually, I might have gotten to page 300 exactly. This book is huge. 560 pages, yeah. So I got halfway through this and just decided to DNF. Not that it's a bad book by any means. I just do not care. This is YA fantasy. And I mean, Brie as a main character is just very annoying to me. I already said this in my reading vlog, but I find her character to be so insufferable. She's only 16, but she's like so smart. So she's on a college campus doing this different path that high schoolers are able to do and like live on campus and everything. And I think she's just so spoiled and thinks that she's right about everything. And her friendship with her, whatever her friend's name is, I just don't find any of it likable. My favorite part is like the magic system and is them trying to fight these things, you know, but I just could not get into it, which is interesting because the first time I read Legendborn, the first book in the series, I rated it 5 stars. I loved it. And then now, I mean, maybe it's been like a year and a half later, 2 years later. No, maybe I read it last year. I can't remember. I just was like, no, my reading style, my reading taste has changed so much. It's kind of crazy. I just cannot get into it. Also, if you're a sensitive reader, there's lots of like mention of demons, and the monsters in this book are like really bad. So if that's going to, you know, sway you or make you uncomfortable, then I definitely would not pick it up. But I will say a lot of people also really like it. It's just kind of up to what your reading taste is. But the FMC, female main character, is highly annoying in my opinion. So that's a DNF, 50% through. Then I read Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. I love this book. This is another 5-star book. I feel like I had a lot of 5 stars this month actually, which is pretty good to me. Yeah, we're following Emily Wilde as she is studying the folk and fae. And the one thing about the fae is that they're going to be conniving. They are evil little things and kind of crazy. But then you also meet really sweet ones that want to trade with her. And there's a very sweet, cutesy romance that is just so adorable. And because the fae are so evil, you just never know what they're gonna do, which is just one of my favorite things that authors include in books, is like an unreliable character. Not that Emily Wilde is an unreliable narrator, but the other characters in the book are very unreliable and you just don't know what to trust about them. Also, their logic, the fae logic is so crazy. How they go from point A to point B is like, baby, that don't make no sense. But like in their kingdom, in their world, it does. And so it's fun seeing how Emily weaves throughout the world. Then we also have Wendell, which is just, I love him. I mean, when you first meet him, you're just like, he's so annoying. He's really annoying to our girl Emily. Like, get out of her mission. Stop trying to steal her shine. But then by the end of the series, like, you're just absolutely obsessed with him as a character and you just like understand him. I literally, when I was reading this, I felt deep in my soul that I wanted to be friends with them. Like, I actually feel like if they were real people, we would have like the best, most fun friend group ever in existence. Emily is very like straightforward. She has that like character trait where she doesn't really fit in with a lot of people, but not in like a weird quirky way. Like, I'm so quirky, I just can't even fit in. I cannot find any friends. I'm just too weird for everyone. Like, not in that way, but like in a very matter-of-fact way where it doesn't even really need to be spoken about, because, you know, people who have different personalities and are genuinely quirky don't actually need to talk about it all the time. So that's what I love about Emily, is like, as a reader, you can tell Emily's personality and you love her for it. And she has, you know, certain downfalls because of her personality. And I I don't want to say too much, but I think this is just like such a sweet story. I also read the third book right after this, and that was another 5 stars. Like, I could not put it down. I'm obsessed. And I'm not saying, oh, I couldn't put it down because like it's just, there's just so much action. But again, just really solid characters that you want to keep reading about. The world also, the fairies are so cute. Like, everything is so cute. You're just imagining mushrooms and like a sprinkle of glitter on everything. It's almost like Disney World, Magic Kingdom vibes, that feeling in a book. And I just found myself every night before going to bed wanting to return to the magical world of Emily Wilde. And for that, she gets 5 stars. And so did Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. Then I read 2 Frida McFadden books back to back. I read The Crash, which I rated 2 stars. And I also read The Boyfriend, which I also rated 2 stars. First, let's talk about The Crash. This is her most recent release. She also has another release coming out in May called The Tenant, which I'm actually really excited about. Here's the thing. I will always recommend and I will always read a Frida McFadden book because it's just entertaining. Like, it's just good entertaining. But honestly, I feel like last year when was that last year or this year? Guys, I have no concept of time whatsoever. But when I read either last year or this year, I cannot remember. This was last year. I read a bunch of her books like back to back, like maybe 6 of them. And they all kind of were just getting 3 stars, except a few standout ones like The Teacher and The Sun, the one about the sun and The Woman Upstairs. I think those ones are like 4 stars, maybe. Anyway, I always felt like her books are just kind of a solid 3 stars to me. Not that there's anything like terribly wrong with it, but you know, it's not like crazy. I now feel like her books are settling at around a 2 star for me. I don't know if I've read too many of them that I now can guess where she's going with it. Like The Boyfriend, I literally guessed the ending within like the first 20 pages. So, you know, it makes for a very grueling experience getting through the rest of the book, and I was just listening to it. Yeah, I mean, it was fine like to listen to while I was cleaning or while I'm doing some like task where I don't need to really be thinking. But as far as like a very convincing story or something where I was like gasping and shocked, it just didn't do that for me. And The Boyfriend is one of, I said I was gonna start with The Crash, but now I guess I'm going back to The Boyfriend. The Boyfriend is like, I feel like everyone's favorite Frida McFadden novel. And no, I really thought it was not that great. To me, the ending is so obvious. And I'm not understanding, like it's literally in the beginning. I'm like, she literally told us. So, I don't know, very weird. Anyway, 2 stars. Okay, The Crash, her most recent novel. I just feel like she's done that concept before 2 times that I've read from her. I won't say just so that it's not, you know, so spoilery, because you like, if anybody tells you anything about a Frida novel, it's pretty much ruined because there's only, it's a mystery. So there's only so much you can say without giving away too much. The Crash description says, Tegan's 8 months pregnant, alone, and desperately wants to put her crumbling life in the rearview mirror. She hits the road, planning to stay with her brother until she can figure out her next move, but she doesn't realize she's heading straight into a blizzard. She never arrives at her destination. She's stranded, dead car, broken ankle. She is rescued by a couple who offers her a room in their warm cabin until the snow clears, but something isn't right. She knows she's in danger. I mean, it was fine. It has 3.74 star rating on Goodreads, which means people were probably really liking it, which I love that for them. I don't know. It was not that shocking or twisty to me, so it got 2 stars. But again, I still recommend Frida novels. They're not going to be life-changing by any means, but they are going to be a good time. They are going to be fun, except these 2 were not that great of a time. They weren't that fun. I found myself kind of being like, okay, I'm over this. But still, you might really like it. It just depends. Okay, then I read Beartown, which I'm literally not even going to say very much about this at all because I already went on like a 7-minute rant in this video. But this is a 6-star book for me. I think it is actual perfection, and if you think it's not, you're wrong. And that's all I have to say on that. Last book, most recent book, is The Favorites. We actually have our book club call in an hour, and I finished this 2 days ago and I gave it 2 stars. Guys, I'm kind of being a ruthless rater this year in 2025. I feel like I have so many 2-star books. I did kind of change my rating system at the beginning of this year because I was looking back on my 2024 books and I was like, I feel like my rating system kind of needs a revamp and I need to rethink how I'm rating books. I feel like we're getting a lot of 2 stars, which is not terrible. I actually think it's good because it means that I'm really honing in and narrowing in on the books I know I like to read. Like, I knew I was gonna love Ruthless Vows. I knew I was gonna love Emily Wilde. I really had a strong feeling I was gonna love Beartown because the girls in the book club know my reading taste really well. So if I get a specific book recommendation, like Kyra specifically would like this book, you're probably right. You're probably right. The favorites. Let's get on topic. The favorites, 2 stars. Not only because like, the whole time I was reading this book, I was just kind of like, what is the point of this book? And I think it's just purely for entertainment, which is great. But I feel like I need a little meat on the bone. I need a little meat on my entertainment. You know, like I needed to have something convincing, even if it's not realistic. I need it to still be convincing. The world that the author is building, I need it to feel like I'm entering into this world and I need A, B, C to happen because X, Y, Z. And I don't feel that's what happened in this book. I don't feel it was convincing. I don't feel, I just didn't find it, I didn't find it convincing. I also found it to drag a little bit from like the 40 to 55% mark was heavily dragging for me. And then once something exciting started happening, I think around like the 60% mark, honestly, I was so over it. Like, I just wanted it to be over and I could not believe that I still had 40% more left in the book. That there's no reason that you should be feeling that way. This book is 434 pages. I literally feel like this could have been a 300-page book and probably would have been a lot better. I think that we needed to delete some of the scenes, get rid of some of the scenes. I also think this is a romance, okay? Where? No. And the ending was really stupid to me. The ending was really stupid because what was that ending? So yeah, 2 stars for me. I just am not, even like when people are like, oh, the drama. I didn't really feel like there was that much drama. Again, I feel like there was only 1 or 2 parts where I was like, oh wow, but not even like a big reaction. I do understand there is like a category of people that like a romance that is so unrealistic that it's just filled with things that they would never actually do or situations they would never actually find themselves in. This is one of those romances where I think that I felt like she was trying to play the representation flag of doing what is opposite of what would happen in like a rom-com movie. You know what I mean? I think that she's like going super niche for a specific woman who maybe doesn't want the typical romance, but I don't know, it just felt very flat to me. I'm just very confused by it. I think I almost feel like I need to read or watch some interviews of the author. Let me see what people are saying that they like about it. I'm reading everybody's like 4 or 5-star reviews and I genuinely, truly do not get it, but love it for you queens. Truly love that. It just wasn't for me, and you know, that's fine. I'm entitled to my opinion. A lot of people are saying it's compelling to them. Nowhere in this was it compelling at all or even slightly realistic. Maybe realistic for a very small category of people, but I still believe that most women want genuine, true love. Not even that, oh, women want to be married or have kids, but like genuine, true love that is not hurtful and that isn't revengeful and spiteful. I don't see how this is an epic love story, which is what it's described as, like by the author. An epic love story where may this love never find me. Never, never. The obsession with each other, I don't think that they actually had an obsession with each other. I think they had an obsession with the idea of each other. And again, how was that romantic literally in the slightest? So anyway, I'm done talking about this book. I'll let you guys enjoy your thing. I did not enjoy it. But yeah, those are the books. I'm trying to think of anything else. I am maybe 20% into Jane Eyre, and I'm loving it. It's so good. I did not know that Jane Eyre had such a strong theme of religion, which is just making it even better because you get so many different, like you get Christianity, but then you get all the extrapolations that people take from it. So like, you can say you're Christian, but then some people will take the Bible and take certain scripture and use the scripture to be super controlling. So you get like a category of those people. Then you also get the category of people that are like, I serve a just and loving God. And you get that in Jane Eyre. And then you also get a category of people that are like, I'm choosing hope, I'm choosing love, I'm choosing putting my desires down for the betterment of others. I did not know that was a huge theme in Jane Eyre, and I can't believe nobody told me to read it sooner. And I wouldn't even say that's like what the book is mostly about so far, but I am picking up on little things, and I'm like, I had to just finally today pick up my phone and look it up because I'm like, literally what's happening, because I think that this is what they're saying, but am I just reading that into it because I'm Christian? But no, it's very interesting. If you find religion interesting at all, I feel like you'll probably like it. I know that Jane Eyre, there's romance. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but so far I'm really liking it, and it's reminding me so much of Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, just in the vibe of it. So anyway, that is my March wrap up. I'm very excited to get into my April books. I already started reading. I started listening to my Libby book from my TBR Jar Picks, my reads. She Who Never Knew Men, I Who Have Never Known Men. Yeah, I got 13% in last night, which is pretty far actually, because it's only a 6-hour audiobook and I got an hour into it. And so far, I'm like, what is happening? Like, I've actually already gotten to the point where I can't wait to keep listening because I'm so confused, but also interested, but mostly confused. So, but in a good way, Okay, anyway, that's my wrap up. I need to take a shower, and then we're going to have our book club call in 40 minutes. Take a shower and put my kids down for bed. Well, so you know how yesterday I was like, oh, let me do my shelf? Well, I never got to it after. I don't know. I don't remember what happened. I think I either have a brain issue or I just have so much going on at all times that I can't possibly remember anything. Like, all my days bleed together. Anyway, I was organizing the shelf yesterday, or thinking about it, trying to, but then ran out of time. And then I came to the conclusion that I think I'm actually going to put all of the books that I read for 2025 so far here. Like, I feel like that would look good. And then I would know exactly what I've read so far this year. And I'm still trying to figure out if I want to move my 25 books for 2025 or if I want to keep them in here. But then it makes my TBR jar videos a little bit harder because the books are in here. Or should I just leave it and we'll just go on a field trip every time? I think I'm just gonna leave it actually, because then it's gonna be empty in here and I feel like that's gonna bother me most of all. So I'm gonna pull all of my 2025 reads off the shelf and move them in there. Oh, you're joking. You're joking. Wait, actually they look so perfect. I love them.
Garrett, and what was the other guy's name?
The book just aggravated me so much. I didn't like it at all. It just looked
I love how specific a 4.8 is. She's like, I did not give it a 5. It was a 4.8. Get it right. Literally went crazy. Like, I would have loved to have, like, I'm listening to the audiobook, I'm stopped in my tracks. Like, Heath is just stupid.
I agree with you, Treasure. I think in the beginning